So okay, where do you stand on like the whole senpai thing?
I told myself I would like force them to call me that because I call like everybody senpai and I wanted the lights to do that. But now I just don't care. I just want them to be comfortable because like, you know, we were with them in Discord like at the run up to debut and they were so like stressed and nervous and it's just like I don't want to put anything more on them. Like they worked really hard. They did a really good job. And it's just like whatever you want to call me, Gramps, I don't care. But like before we knew they existed, I was like, man, I'm going to make them I'm not even going to like respond to them. I'm not even gonna respond to them. Like I'm gonna.
Well, so I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I was like, oh yeah, of course, because that's how things are. And well, you know, I will say, as of right now, I'm kind of like, you know, whatever. That's like, just call me whatever. But I think there is something to be said about like the culture, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, it's like, okay, maybe I don't care, but like, I don't know, how important is that? Is that something, you know, it's always been, that's the culture, right? And who am I to, like, if that's how it is, you know? That being said, I remember distinctly when we spoke, Altair, Axel, you and I were like, are you gonna make them call you senpai and something? And at one point there was a bit we were gonna do where the bit was if we were in a group collab, like all of us, and we were going to do this bit where if any of them forgot to call like me with like the honorific senpai, that I was gonna like be angry and like uncomfortable, and then like you four boys would be like, you fucked up. This no, he's that. Like I would like leave the call or something.
Yeah, and then it'd be like, I remember that.
They'd be like, oh haha, and we'd wait for, you know, they'd like wait for me to join back or something, and then but then you guys would 100% be, you know, like
no, it would be so good if like I left the call like to chat with you, and then I come back like 5 minutes later and just like, oh man, like I tried my best, but
and then they'd still at that point, you know, they're not idiots. They'd be like, oh, it's a bit, right? But then Axel, you know, the rest of them would be like, hey, yo, I don't know.
Saying we're mean as fuck.
And then like Altair, the point Altair would pick would be, again, it would, the way to make it really convincing would be like you and Axel would be like, oh, you really fucked up. You needed to say senpai, right? But that's like not believable. What makes it really like believable if Altair was like, no, don't worry, you know, like, because like, if you
trying to smooth it over, but you can tell because he's got the voice, right?
Trying to like,
he's got like the mom voice where he's like, oh, it'll be okay, but you can tell in the back of his head he's like, oh no,
don't worry, it's good, you know, don't worry, it's nothing, it's fine, you know.
He can totally do that voice too, like as a bit, because he's actually like really good at acting. Like he could do it, he could totally do it. But the problem is like, could we get him to do it? Like we'd have to get him on board.
We discussed this.
That just like flew out the window once we like actually met them though. Like that was before like we even knew they existed, right?